All right, let's talk about this nigga and his fight with the one above all. It all started in the dimension of manifestation 1 billion years ago. They said he's Hadad the first storm god. He grew so mighty that he wove eternity as his cloak and forged death into his war club. The Phoenix Force was his armor and infinity was his shield. And that's when the one above all popped up because he was supposed to be the only one to stop him. Now, let me explain something. Even though he did this shit to eternity, death, Phoenix Force, and infinity, he was in the dimension of manifestation, meaning that he didn't do this shit to all of them. And what do I mean by that? Let's go to the first appearance of the dimension of manifestation. This happened in Quazar, issue 37. Quazar just fought this damn big ass star being. That motherfucker was big as the sun, and it was trying to kill this purple thing under me and shit. Quazar ended up beating it, but it ended up creating this rip into like this embryonic sac thing because it was unborn. This bitch was in like the womb still and shit. As you can see the little clips under me, Quazar was creating to try to keep it whole. While that was going on, right, motherfucking Elder of the Universe popped up. Elder of the Universe is like the runner. Look up the runner. As Makari even asked, like, hold on, you called yourself a Elder? Have you ever heard of the runner? But Makari knows the runner because go read who the fuck the runner is and Makari. Makari was the one to race against the runner, and that's where the comic where the Flash popped in at and shit. Anyway, bro was explaining that thing, that little baby thing, was a cosmic class entity. There was another Elder that popped up. This lady. This is her name, but we call her the caregiver. She just put her hands over that hole and the shit just started mending. As you can see at the top above me. Now the bald head motherfucker that looked like the Watcher, his name is the Contemplar. Quasar ended up getting a call on his quantum bands from Captain America. And he was asking, Captain America asked him, could he find eternity? He was like, you talking about the heaviest of the heavies? He's like, shit, I might be able to find them. That's when whatever the fuck the Elder dude was like, I can help you with that shit. I can take you where they at. So fucking Quasar invited her, which is Eve, Warlock, and Makari, to come with him. But he was like, nah, this shit can only go be with one person. So Quasar told them, all right, I'll holler at y'all later. This shit was going on in the book. This dude right here was looking for Quasar's girlfriend because she had the star brand at the time. And you see this little dude that went to his shoulder? This dude right here is from the universe that the star brand is from. Anyway, Quasar and the Contemplator dude, the Elder dude, had to do like this concentrating thing and shit to go to the dimension of manifestation, which is the first appearance of this shit. They get there, they was like, where are we? I thought you were going to take me to see eternity. He says, we're in the dimension of manifestation, Quasar, the realm where abstract beings go to get bodies. Somewhere here we'll find eternity. Quasar said, what are all these guys standing around for? There's something familiar about this grouping, like I saw it in a dream once. He says, not a dream, but something that was made to unhappen. Here, the manifestations still resonate. He said, but what are Galactus and the Stranger doing here? They're not abstract entities, they're physical beings. This is the Stranger above me. He says, I'm not sure, let's go ask. And how come almost everyone's the same size? I thought Galactus is about 30 feet tall, the Stranger 15, and those Celestials back there 2,000 feet tall. Those are just manifestation, Quasar. They must have a reason for manifesting at this particular stature. And it tells you to go read the Infinity Gauntlet issue 5 for more details about this shit. That's when Quasar see Eon. Eon is the dude that gave Quasar his bands and all the knowledge of it. He's like, hey, that looks like Eon, Epnox's progenitor, which Epnox is his daughter, my old mentor. Eon is like, no, Quasar, that's supposed to be me, Epoch. His bands is talking because that's who fucking, just read it. I'm not finna explain all that shit. Anyway, he's like, you mean something about this dimension and never told me? I knew about the beings of this dimension, but not the place itself. Well, why didn't you tell me about them? You never asked. The bald head Watcher Elder looking motherfucker was like, manifestation. Why do you take this being's form? No answer, as I suspected. Epoch was like, you're being visited, Quasar. He's like, huh? This one we get first introduced to the head being of the dimension of manifestation. It says, greeting physicals, come here to be manifested. He's like, no, we're looking for somebody. Who are you? In your tongue, my name will be Anthropomorpho, and I'm the Prime Manifestor of this dimension. And you are? Quasar of Earth. Dude was like Tath K, the Contemplator, birthplace long forgotten. Quasar says, we're here looking for eternity. My friend here thinks we may have found them here. He says, yes, he can, in a sense. My people and I are living fractals, able to shape ourselves in an infinite matter, We serve as the manifestation bodies for beings who have no physical forms. Quazar was like, so I gather, but why? We have a symbiotic relationship with the abstract beings in exchange of energies that you physicals cannot comprehend. Quazar was like, what about Galactus and some of these guys? Do they have bodies of their own? Certain powerful physical entities also enlist our services so that they may be able to put in an appearance somewhere without actually attending. We give our newborns the finite beings to practice on before they are allowed to manifest abstract beings. The skill and experience of the particular manifestor determines how well the entity is represented. Again, I'm gonna say this: the skill and experience of the particular manifestor, aka the M-body, determines how well the entity is represented. Like if it becomes Galactus, if that damn M-body is weak, Galactus gonna be weak. How much input does a being have with how they're represented? It varies as much as they want. Some entities have very specific requirements. Others give us freer reign. Frequently, we form the manifestation body to the mental image of the beholder. Gaze, if you will, upon the M-body of Mistress Love. He looks at her, and she got the face of Kayla, which is his girlfriend, Quazar's girlfriend. He's like, you apparently perceive her as more than a friend. He's like, maybe I do. At this time, they wasn't girlfriend and boyfriend. And over in these panels, there's Kayla and shit and her friend, who end up later, her friend wasn't her friend. She was an alien motherfucker, and she ended up fighting the damn living tribunal with the Star Brand. But that's a whole different thing. This is right here is where Kayla ended up finding out she got the Star Brand because she ended up going to a different planet and meeting up with this gold motherfucker. Even the gold motherfucker told her, like, hey, girl, you the most powerful Earth being I ever encountered. That's because she had the Earth brand, the Star Brand at the time. Back to the dimension of manifestation. Quazar says, okay, so you live in fractals, custom make bodies for abstract and supremely powerful entities and dispatch them anywhere in the universe, right? You understand correctly. Fine. Then where I might find eternity is important. He says eternity is so transfinite that there are numerous manifestations of him here. Our dimension contains reflections of every manifestation we have ever done. He's like, well, could you point us to a recent one? He's like, there. He's like, thanks, Anthropomorpho. You are welcome. If you ever have manifest needs of your own, know where to come. He's like, sure. So they come up and pop up right here, right, with all the other entities. Quazar was like, finally, the big E himself. What's going on here? Eternity was like, and I further charge that Adam Warlock wields power that is rightfully mine. Do I not represent all that is in this universe? It would appear to be a hearing or a trial that entity sitting in judgment represents, the living tribunal. Quazar tried to come up to him and interrupt him and shit just to have a moment of time and shit. Living tribunal was like, be gone, physical. How dare you interrupt these proceedings? That's when this noodle looking motherfucker popped up, telling me, allow me to handle this disruption. He's like, damn, where the fuck he come from? He was like, I'm an anomaly, embodiment of all things that are like no other thing. Quazar tried to dodge, but he flew straight into his pincers. Basically, everything that Quazar was trying to do, he was doing the opposite of. Like when he tried to hit him with his quantum beams, that shit just bent around him. He said, I am like nothing else. I obey no physical laws. I am the exception to all rules. So Quazar quantum jumps the fuck up out of there. He's like, what the fuck was that about? And he's like, some of these M-bodies apparently have strict standards of protocol. Let us try to find a more conventional manifestation of eternity. He's like, funny about the anomaly guy. An old enemy of mine, Maelstrom, once claimed he became a new anomaly by slaying the old. Must have been an M-body he slew. Which goes back to this damn book where Hadad killed all these motherfuckers. He just killed the M-body. This is way back in like issues 21 through 25, right here. As you can see above me, this the anomaly right here. This purple dude, that's Maelstrom. And as you can see right here, he's killing the anomaly. He became the new anomaly, the personification of the anomaly. Issue 19 to be exact. Where you'll get introduced to Kronos. This motherfucker ain't even a physical body no more. He's starting to become a cosmic being. And he the one that taught fucking Maelstrom about all this shit. Infinity, how he created fucking Thanos and shit. And get to explaining like all the abstract beings of the universe, like Chaos and Oblivion in them. Anyway, they go through a different door and they see all the different manifestations of death. Go through another door and they see a version of Infinity. He already met Infinity. He was an avatar of Infinity, but this wasn't the Infinity that he met because she has an infinite number of M-bodies. That's when they met up with the recent version of Eternity, who was getting fucked up by Magus. Now, Magnus ass was a big part of the Infinity War comic. Go read that shit. This motherfucker was making dark clones of every superhuman being on the planet Earth, right? Using the M bodies and shit. And he was having Anthropomorpho do it. Anthropomorpho was like, look, I will provide you with as many as I can. But Mage, you gotta be patient. I must meet the needs of other clients whose power levels are superior to yours. He was like, that will soon change, body maker. And when it does, you better pray that I am not feeling vindictive. So from this whole video, you learned that Hadad, in the dimension of manifestations, was not just killing all the eternities and deaths and shit like that. He had one of them. After Quazar found out that his recent fucking version of eternity was knocked the fuck out, Tath K, he wanted to stay there to learn more about this dimension. So Quazar gives him a piece of his damn energy so he can come back to him if he needs to. Bro ended up going through another door to learn more about some other shit. He get over there and he finds some more embodies. One of the Beyonder and shit like that. He got to explaining what each one of them was, and he's like, hold on, is that my fella Elder, the gardener back there? The gardener with the Moses look motherfucker with the staff. He was like, how does he fit into such a semblance? And why is the scale of these manifestations so big as fuck? Homogeneous. And he was like, bro, who the fuck is this dude with the Beyonder? Who the fuck is this human motherfucker? And then he was like, all right, when he passes up the fucking, I forgot his fucking name, the in-betweener, he's like, I'm finna go talk to the head motherfucker. And that's when he went to go find him, and he found Magnus ass over here fucking up shit and using M-bodies and shit to empower himself. Now to further explain my point, you read the Quazar run where the Flash raced fucking Makari in the runner. The Flash right there under me behind that damn turtle. In this book, Quazar goes back to the dimension of manifestation. He was trying to go talk to the Living Tribunal because the Living Tribunal had locked his girlfriend up on this damn Earth that they had brought from another universe, because back in the Star Blast crossover with Quazar, issue 4, when they explained that the Star Brand come from a different universe altogether outside of our shit, the Stranger ended up bringing the Earth that was from that universe into the main continuity omniverse of Marvel, leaving this robot motherfucker over there. In issue 57 of Quazar, the Living Tribunal popped up on the Stranger. Made all the people that was there, including them paranormals from another universe, go to a different place. Stranger was like, what you doing here? He was like, the world that you brought here is contaminated with the energy beyond this multiverse. The presence here upsets the universal balance. You had no right to bring it here. The Watcher was watching. The damn Living Tribunal was like, Watcher, did I give you permission to watch? He's like, you did not. Gone. The Living Tribunal was like, I demand that world be sealed. I want none of its damn power leaking out into the greater universe. He's talking about the Star Brand. Now, back to issue 58. Quazar was looking for his ass after they did that shit. So he's going through the dimension of manifestation. Quazar was like, there he is, the Living Tribunal. They was like, no, that's not the manifestations near your time area. We need to keep going. They end up meeting up with the Living Tribunal nearest his time. So Quazar goes talk to him and is like, look, I need you to make that barrier go down so I can get my girl. Living Tribunal is like, hell no. The Star Brand is too dangerous to be in the greater universe. That woman still possesses a fraction of it. Therefore, I'm keeping her ass under quarantine. Mind you, she only had a fraction of that shit. And he was like, fuck no, I ain't fucking with that shit. He's like, it's not her fault. It's my fault why she infected. He's like, I don't give a fuck why the fuck she infected. The problem is that she is. Quazar was like, but I possess the Star Brand myself for a while. There's possibility a sliver of it is left inside me and you're not forcing me down there. He said the portion that's left inside of you is so midnight that it would take a being with my perceptions to detect it. They'll be more fucking inclined to sense your quantum energy than the damn Star Brand itself. It's so damn small inside you. It's like, if you want to go down there though, you can. But your ass to be locked up forever down there too. Make your decision. Quazar declined his offer to go down there with his girl. And that was the last time we seen the old girl. Mind you, this was the Living Tribunal nearest Quazar's time. Go read issue 50 of Quazar. Remember I was saying that Quazar's girlfriend, Fran, was a fucking, she the one that took up the Star Brand from her. She gave it to her on accident. This is where it happens at. Shorty take that power and take off from Kayla, right? He goes to Florida and she meets up with fucking Man-Thing. She's trying to go to the nexus of all reality. She murks Man-Thing and go through the nexus. When she get in there, she get in this place. This is the same place, if you watch What If Season 1, Ultron fought the Watcher in. All the different realities and shit, when she looks through the hole and shit. And they said that shit is infinite. It goes on for an infinite amount of time and shit. She uses a little portion of her power to make energy go through all that shit at once. When she did that, one of the motherfuckers that felt it was Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer goes to a near planet where the nearest nexus of reality is at and meets up with one of the protectors of it, who was trying to protect that shit from his asses. He blasted Silver Surfer. Back in the manifestation, the Nexus Interzone, all the Nexus of reality protectors like Man-Thing and shit came out. As you can see, Ren and Stimpy was one of them and shit. And they was trying to jump her ass. She got to talking to him like, look, the overseers of the multiverse are robbing you and all that extra shit, right? She said, I'ma change all that shit. No more central authority. I will grant you the freedom to make your realities unique, independent, and employee-owned and operated. The motherfuckers that want to rock with me, get behind you. The rest of you, cease to exist. Obliterated their ass. After she did that, they went to the cosmic axis. What the fuck is the cosmic axis? Well, Ren says the cosmic axis is the major meridian of power in the entire multiverse. You know, most planets have magnetic fields with diametrically charged poles, right? So does the multiverse energy. So there was a line with the axis and shit, right? That's when the Living Tribunal popped up with Master Order and Lord Chaos. Living Tribunal was like, I advise you not to do this. She was like, of course you would advise me not to do it. For it will disrupt much of reality, causing catastrophic damage to the very fabric of space-time. I'm not an idiot, you know. To save the multiverse from the recursive role of you self-appointed masters of reality, I'm willing to sacrifice as much of it as I have to. And you know I have the power to do it. I had skipped some shit, but Quazar ended up going to Florida and meeting up with Man-Thing and some other motherfuckers. They healed Man-Thing. Man-Thing helped him get into where she was at, the Nexus Interzone. Back in there, she was like, look, just give your power up to me, G. You know you can't do shit. Living Tribunal was like, no, that's not possible. You are mortal. We are abstracts. Mortal? Am I? What do you know about me anyway? It's when the Living Tribunal was like, my three vestiges, you see the past, present, and future. You're talking about his three faces. He says, I know all. You were born of the earthly race called the Deviants, like your mother and your mother before her. You became an explorer of the dimensions. This is where you learned of me and the existence of the ultimate powers of the multiverse. She was like, yeah, that is when I realized that I, like everyone else, was a slave to the system, the multiverse as it is. I saw all the rules governing everything and felt inhabited and reaching my true potential. Admit it, Tribunal, the multiverse is too complicated and too overstructured. How are we mortals rewarded for our contributions to the quality of life with death? Dismissal death. We deserve more. She said, look, now after all these years, I became a major player in this game. I have power unaccounted for in this multiverse. Its very existence upsets the old balance of power. It's something unforeseen in your closed system. And with my vast wisdom and experience, I know how to use this outside power to liberate reality from your tyrannical control. Watch. And she started fucking his ass up. Living Tribunal was like, mortal, look, what are you doing? You are causing chaos and to grow in order to diminish. She said, good. Quazar and Silver Surfer ended up meeting up with each other in there. Living Tribunal was like, he's me, asked the girl name. I acknowledge you as a being of vast power, a potential peer to the abstract entities. But not even you could withstand the unleashed power of the Living Tribunal. Cease your disruption or I will enlist the highest powers in the multiverse to annihilate you. She was like, I don't respond well to threats, Three-Face. That's when bro was like, I propose a tournament then between us. They both pick a champion to fight. Whoever wins, get the power. If she win, she get control of the multiverse. If he win, all of her power go to him. Quazar was actually fucking up Silver Surfer, but he noticed like when he was fucking up Silver Surfer, the Lord Master Chaos was growing and Master Order was getting smaller. So he had to test something by letting him get his ass whooped because he seen that he was getting back normal when he was getting his ass whooped. So he's like, fuck, I gotta lose. So he got his ass whooped to save the universe. And she ended up just blowing her fucking self up instead of just trying to go to him. Living Tribunal to get him the Star brand. And that's why later in Star Blast, that motherfucker was like, hell no, that shit can't be here. So all in all, you learned that Hadad is that dude, for real, for real. He was doing the same shit that Magus was doing. Actually better, he was fucking up Eternity now, making him his armor and shit. But like I told you, there's other ones. He wasn't doing it to all of them. And that's everything you need to know about the dimension of manifestation and what Hadad did there.